who are among us today for the celebration of World No Tobacco Day, June 26, 2014. And I have the pleasure to introduce the National President of IOGT-The Gambia, Mr. Mamadou Paddy. Next to him we have Alaji Jani, who doubles as the public relations officer and also youth and guest officer of IOGT-The Gambia. And then we have Mr. Mamadou Diallo, who is the national treasurer of IOGT-The Gambia. And myself, Sana Sedikan, National Secretary, IOGT-The Gambia. I welcome you all to this gathering of which we are gathered to celebrate 2014 World No Tobacco Day, being June 26. And on behalf of the executive of IOGT-The Gambia, I have the pleasure to invite you all and to welcome you all to this gathering. IOGT-The Gambia, if you look at the developmental and social history of IOGT-The Gambia, it's just like a torchlight, on and off. But with the current executive, the determination is to make IOGT-The Gambia to stay among family members of civil societies in this country permanently. We are not with the imagination of dying as others did, but we are with the imagination to survive permanently and to feel our position within the groups of civil societies in this country. We are immensely prepared to contribute effectively to the control of tobacco, drug, and all substances that are abusive, especially on our young people. And on this note, I thank you all for your attendance. Next, we have a speech prepared by the Vice President of the Gambia International Organization of Good Templars, the Gambia, Mr. Sam, who was with us this morning, but because of our official call, he had to leave. And
you can read it, please.
It will prefer if you read it as the President. And I call on the President of the IOGT-The Gambia to read the statement on the celebration of World Tobacco Day, No Tobacco Day 2014.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
First and foremost, I want to thank you all for giving your time to such an important event of the day. We all are aware of the meanings of drug, alcohol, or whatsoever that can cause changes in someone's behavior. And what we are advocating for is abstinence, rather employment, is a problem. Universities, colleges, other institutions, vocational training centers are pouring out educated individuals, but job is not available. And the stress created by this dilemma can lead our young ones to take wrong paths. That is not the desire of the parents. So that's a bit of contribution of my own that I would like you to apprehend. Then I will now start reading the document presented to me. So he is saying hello to everybody. That's my Vice President, Mr. Mamadou Lamin Sambo. As explained by the National Secretary, he is being called on duty. So he stated here, good morning to the Chairman of IOGT, the Executive Board members, the Administrative Office members, the press, both the print and electronic media, the coach and his academic football team, the fans and all those present here today. The theme of the celebration is Young People and Substance Abuse. This is the theme of the day. The slogan, sobriety. Firstly, the definition of sobriety. This is from the word sober, meaning being given four different definitions. The state of being sober and not intoxicated by alcohol. That's one. Moderation in abstinence from alcohol. That's two. Abstaining from excess. That's three. Simply meaning not to be in a state to be called a drunk. The world today is commemorating Day of Sobriety, and we in IOGT wish to reaffirm our commitments and continue to campaign for a world free of substance use and abuse. These substances have the power to change the state of mind of the consumer, and these are the two things which happens to people who are not sober when someone consumes this substance. One, the action of the individual or group of individuals is or are accelerated so fast, more than normal, when you consume this substance. Then you will realize that the individual will be doing things much faster than normal human beings. This is why most times students are told that if they have exams, let them just try 1 or 2 doses of these substances and their performance will become incredible. They will perform better in exams. Imagine someone who has never taken any form of substance in such a situation. What do you think? Somebody who never, ever took a substance of that nature, now consuming it for exams, what could be the end result? 2, the action of the individual or group of individuals is or are made too slow for more than normal, and that will reflect in the way and manner the person talks, walk around, and perform other activities. That also is obvious. Somebody who consumes drugs. This man can be slow, he looks sleepy. Sometimes when you talk to him, he doesn't understand you, he doesn't even listen or hear what you are telling him. In the actual fact, anything more or less than normal is not correct. These substances under discussion include the following: drugs, alcohol, smoke, that is tobacco or marijuana. It has so many names, and I'm sure you will agree with me. As a temperance organization, we want to work to get sober. These are the people, the communities, the nations, and the whole world. We will continue to empower and educate people with information about this substance, which damages or degrades human behavior and actions. I wish to use this platform to challenge the cream of our societies, who are the young people, to go out all the way to learn skills such as electrical installation, electrical engineering, motor mechanics, building construction, construction engineering, information technology, tailoring, etc., just to name a few. It is high time for us to realize that employment is a problem in the whole world. That's where I started before. And our nations and societies can only combat the menace by investing in vocational education, which is the acquisition of the above-mentioned skills. Our authorities, parents, and all other stakeholders need to help for this to work. If you become a technician, you have the following benefits. You have your own independence. You have respect for your own self and sense of responsibility. You become a role model for the young ones who will look after you. And a factor is also that will reduce unemployment rate and employ other people, especially the young people, etc.
The message is very clear. We are just newly reactivated. We still have constraints, so we don't expect our members to feel that we will be able to do all what we need instantly now. No. We still need to reactivate our regional structures. We are still in need of a developmental wing. We are still in need of cooperation between country cooperation and partnership with countries that would be willing to become our cooperators and partners. And IOGT actually has a definite objective which we all are committed to address and to achieve. I now have the pleasure to call you and just officer to deliver operational statement. Rajan.
Good morning, Mr. President of IOGT Gambia, the board, security personnel, the media, and the youth. Today, we are glad to be here celebrating World Non-Drugs Day, which is a very important day in the world. As the President has just narrated on the use of these substances, as the PRO, as the Public Relations Officer of IOGT Gambia, Youth and Junior Service Officer as well, these are some of the plans in place that IOGT Gambia is working on. One of the things that we embark is recreation for youth. We organize orientation programs on child protection and child rights and responsibilities, performed in a form of a drama for a better understanding. We also have exchange visit programs in youth camps and soccer games, through which we use our strength to advocate the use of sobriety substances, the side effects in sport, which could lead to heart cancer, even death, or could be the end of your career. We also have in plan JEST, that is the Junior Education Services, to be held in schools, in communities, for people to be under their own influence to become productive citizens who can contribute positively towards the development of the country and the world at large. By developing the country and the world, by making the country civilized or the world civilized. And when we say to make the country civilized or the world civilized, means we move from ignorant way of life to a higher one which makes life easy and comfortable. And we can only achieve this by being in our own influence. Finally, IOGT Gambia has youth and junior education services, as I mentioned, under the Secretariat headed by myself. And I hope we will abide by
7 regions, that is including KMC and Banjo. As far as we are designing to visit all the regional centers in the country through the Office of the Governors, to inform them about the current situation of IOGT of the Gambia and the desire to form regional committees in each region. How will
is your advice to the youths in particular? Because most of them are not there.
my personal advice?
Your personal advice for that.
One, first of all, they must recognize themselves as Gambians. And they must develop the spirit of nationalism based on the sovereignty of the Gambia. Of society through advocacy and campaign exercises that we intend to conduct in the near future. And then we are coming up with a strategic plan that will guide us as how we contribute our quota immensely towards the national development of the Gambia.
How we are about to affiliate?
Actually, we wrote a letter to National Drug Enforcement Agency.
NDA.
Yeah, seeking for cooperation and partnership through Memorandum of Understanding. We are yet to hear from them. And then we are also planning to have the executive board to make to have an audience with the directorate and management of the agency, like all other partners. Interior replied us saying that we instead we deal with them, we deal with NDA. We are planning to have courtesy call on them, on WHO, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education. So a question of time, and but the plans are there.
So the minister approve your approve you people?
No, the minister referred us to NDA.
NDA.
Yeah, because they said they are the appropriate wing of the ministry that we should deal with. Yeah.
I think so. NDA is answerable direct from the president office nowadays.